Is it rare? Or are doctors just assuming it's rare, so they're ignoring all of the signs? What is Stevens-Johnson syndrome? Well, I can tell you it has nothing to do with Stevens-Johnson, so sorry if that's disappointing to anyone. But I do want to go ahead and put a trigger warning in here for medical images. This video is for educational purposes only. Please don't take my video down. Stevens-Johnson syndrome is a rare allergic reaction that's usually triggered by medication. And I'll come back to why I said rare in just a second. And before I forget to say this, because I always do, if you like crazy medical mysteries like mine, hit the follow button. When you have this allergic reaction, it attacks the mucosal membranes, which is pretty much what makes up our entire body inside and out. It causes the skin to die and fall off in what is called sloughing. Sloughing is where the top several layers of skin actually die and separate from the dermis underneath. A good comparison would be third-degree burns, but it's not burning from the outside, it's burning from the inside out. So Stevens-Johnson syndrome is characterized by blistering lesions all over the body and even inside the body. It attacks your mouth, your nose, your eyes. It even goes down your esophagus, and some people have problems with their organs. Now, why did I call it rare? If you were to ask most medical professionals, at least the ones who've heard of SJS, most of them would tell you that Stevens-Johnson syndrome is extremely rare. In fact, most doctors are told that they will never see a case of Stevens-Johnson syndrome in their clinical career. However, I've been having Stevens-Johnson syndrome for 36 years, and it was misdiagnosed until last year. And every single time I brought it up to a doctor and said, could this be Stevens-Johnson syndrome? The response I got back was, Stevens-Johnson syndrome is extremely rare. But when it's right in front of your face, you see my point? I am living proof that this condition is not nearly as rare as doctors like to say that it is. Doctors assume Stevens-Johnson syndrome is rare, so when they're presented with the early or mild signs of Stevens-Johnson syndrome, they are assuming horses, not zebras, which is why I was misdiagnosed with herpes for over 30 years. And I was never once told to avoid taking any of the medications that were triggering my Stevens-Johnson syndrome, until it got so bad I had to be hospitalized 4 times within 2 years, and now UV exposure will trigger Stevens-Johnson syndrome in me again. In my opinion, it comes down to the fact that doctors assume they know everything, so when they're presented with something that clearly challenges that belief, they just deny that it even exists, or blame the patient, or give you a cop-out diagnosis like thrush or herpes, anything to protect their ego. So